As an absolute leader in the property industry, what do you say to the current notion that foreigners are pouring into South Africa and pushing up the prices of property, negatively affecting all of us?
Yeah, so unfortunately it's really an ill-conceived notion, and there are a couple of very specific facts that need to be taken into account here. So the first is that of the number of properties that are sold in South Africa at any given time, in a period of a year, for example, only 1% of those properties are sold to foreigners. So it's actually a tiny amount.
Really?
1%, less than 1% in fact. It's a minuscule amount in actual fact. So the notion that foreigners are pouring in and buying up all our properties is in fact just not the case.
If I could ask, where do you think, if it's only 1%, where do you think the notion comes from? Because it keeps popping up.
Yeah, it keeps popping up, and it is a politically sensitive issue. So I think one's got to take that into account. But there are some very specific facts. The other point is that a foreigner does not come in here and pay over the odds. A foreigner will come in and pay a market-related price. They may perceive that that market-related price is higher than somebody else would pay it next door, but the fact is that that is their market-related price. They are very savvy, and they will pay what the market will bear in terms of what South Africa has to offer. What is true, though, is that I think that South African property is underpriced in terms of world terms. So if one takes the view that the best of the best in South Africa is comparable with the best of the best in other parts of the world, whether that's Saint-Tropez or New York, then South African property is 1/10 of the price of those properties. And there are certain foreigners who will take a view and say, actually, I'm getting a good deal here. I'm paying a certain number which is way below what I would pay anywhere else. Taking into account political risk, currency risk, and any of the other factors that a foreigner would take into account when making a purchase decision. So it is unfortunately an ill-conceived notion that foreigners are buying up all our properties, and we I think should be looking to go the other way, which is to encourage as much foreign direct investment as possible, which is what most other countries are looking to do. And it seems strange that we're looking to make it as hard as possible for the few foreigners that want to buy here to buy, as opposed to going the other way.